Well, Man Cavings, this is Bob from the Bob Zenskale Man Cave, and today we're going to be making a tunnel portal right over there. I'm going to show you how I put it together, and we'll start right now. Okay, I've got my tunnel cut in the closet wall. I took a 3/8 inch piece of plywood and kind of cut it to fit in this gap space right there between the foam and the wall. And I made the hole 2 1/4 inches wide, and that board's just a little bit less than 2 1/4, but it fits rather snugly in there. I'm going to put a liner on the inside. Got to figure out how to make one of those, but it shouldn't be too hard. And it goes 6 1/2 inches in to the other side over there. Now all I gotta do is put some cork and track down here on this section and be on my way. I used one of these drywall kind of saws for cutting holes in the wall, and of course a razor knife and a screwdriver to kind of punch a hole into the wall, and a level to kind of line up where the screwdriver was going through the wall to get to the other side, so I made it nice and level so I could punch relatively close to the same side on the other side. Okay, this is a Fiber One box. Nice thin cardboard, sort of like a breakfast cereal box. And I cut a size that would be smaller than this width, so it's narrower than that, so it just basically fits right around the outside of that cork. I'm making a tunnel liner, and so I got some skinny sticks from Hobby Lobby. They're basically they're kind of stir sticks, kind of a size, roughly right about the same, about 6 1/2 inches long. And I've glued them into the top, kind of measured it, and folded the cardboard up so that it would fit just right. And I wanted to make it smaller than the diameter of the hole I have to slide it into, so that makes it go together a whole lot easier. So I'm letting this glue dry using some Tight Bond wood glue. And so give it about 10-15 minutes to go. Okay, now that this is pretty much glued down to the cardboard, I can start putting on the sides, basically stacking them up, and kind of glue them on the cardboard just the same way. Just line them all up, and then from there I can put in some fake bracing and stuff like that with some other pieces. Now what I should have done is pre-fit all my pieces and then stained all the wood to make it look better, but I'm not too concerned with it. I'll probably stain it after it's all put together and do it that way, but your choice. Brilliant. You need to watch what you're doing sometimes. And try and make it as square as possible. Well, time to let this dry. And then I'll do the other side, just like this one. Okay, now that it is mostly dry, I'm kind of turn it up like this. Kind of see the tunnel. Okay, I took one of the sticks and I scraped the edge right off, so I have something to glue my tunnel cover over the top of to this board. So it's basically going to be some weeds and foliage or whatever kind of growing up inside the tunnel. It's been a tunnel that has been used a whole lot of. It's an old tunnel, and the train line is starting to finally go into this area of the world, and so it's a little overgrown. So that's kind of the story behind it. Okay, I got these pieces cut, so I know how high they need to be, how long they need to be. And I need to cut 6 more sets, and then I will glue them on and clamp each one down with one of these. Keep it nice and tight. This piece here sits in between the other 2 pieces, so it keeps it nice and tight. And I'll squeeze the whole sides together, and it should straighten out a little bit more to be a little bit more square. Okay, I've got the sides clamped down, put a brace across the middle of it just to evenly distribute the clamping action. And I'll give this a few minutes, and then I'll put in the top pieces in there and get them all lined up. Okay, I've got these top pieces in, and I've glued them down in there, putting the pressure on with the glue bottle across these braces that are in here temporarily to distribute the weight, and kind of push down on it for a little while and just squeeze the glue in there. Make sure it's all tight and even. Then I'll put these clamps on here to keep the sides squeezed together, and balance them out there because we'll tip it over. So it should make it nice and square for the most part. But what will really make it square is when I glue the whole thing down to the track board. Okay, I stained my wood the same way I did my trestle. If you want to watch the trestle video on how I did that, go ahead and watch that. I'll put a link to it. But I just got done putting this track in the center. I tore it all up and laid it back down and put a lot of glue down and sprinkled the foliage onto the track area. And then I took the tunnel portal and liner and just glued it down on top of the board. I clamped it together so I get the right squareness look to it, and so it wouldn't scrape on the sides when it's inside the hole. So I'm going to let this dry, put some weight on it to hold it down, and then come back later and dump all the loose foliage off of the board. And that's where I'm at. Okay, the tunnel portal is pretty much glued down and complete. The only thing that I have to do really is install it, put track up against it, and secure the tunnel portal to it if I choose to put that on there. But basically the liner is completed. It's all stained up. Basically it's just that box and with the wood lined up on the inside. Looks pretty good. Put some earth ground cover down on the inside because kind of got overgrown, and yeah, it doesn't look too bad. Well, there you have it. We have the tunnel portal made and installed in the wall, and it's going to look pretty cool. Once I get some other scenery around this portal, most of it will be hidden by some walls of rock, maybe some mountain scene, but it will look pretty cool. So Mancavians, that's how to build a tunnel portal in your closet wall. It was pretty easy, and it's not that hard at all. You can just build it out of any material you can really find. I just happen to use some craft sticks and some wood and normal track laying procedures. So if you like what you saw here today, click up here or over there and subscribe, and you get notifications of new videos that come out, and you can follow along like everybody else. So also you can follow along by following me on Twitter and liking my Facebook page and my Google Plus page, and the links are for those down in the comment section of this video. So until next time, Mancavians, happy mile railroading, stay off the tracks. Bye.